Whenever you see this setup in our apartment, you know something big is happening. I don't know why, but from the beginning of time, I always just, when Zach and I are recording together, prefer this setup just on the floor. Yeah, we could get chairs, but not really, because all of our chairs, I don't know if you can see, like, they're high. So it's just awkward and weird. We just floor it. We just like to floor it. We've got 2 pillows, the tripod. Zach is right now just running errands, but as soon as he gets back, it's going down.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me.
Okay, scratch that. We actually had to move to a new location because we have a slight ant infestation. So we're gonna change things up a bit, and that's actually very fitting because this video is all about change.
You have ant problems because Clancy drops food on the floor.
Shut up, I do not. You do it too.
Should we take the camera and put it under your chairs?
We both do. I don't know what happens, guys. Like, when I eat, 90% of it makes it in my mouth, but like 10%, I look down at the ground. Anyway, this is not, okay, you know, what are we doing? This is not what the video's about. And actually, I was gonna make this a vlog style video, because obviously that's like what my videos are. But I figured, no. Like, that would just be, I feel like everyone would just be fast forwarding to the part where we spilled the tea. Like, no one wants to watch me pour my tea. They want to watch me spill it. Was that good? I just came up with that.
Sure. You can always pat your own back.
I don't need anyone else.
Yikes.
So where do we even begin, guys? So basically, to recap, I just quit my job. I'm unemployed. Not really, obviously. I do make a living on YouTube, but I just quit my job as a TV news reporter, and I needed change, and Zach and I together decided, starting this summer, we are going to be traveling the country. The United States, we're going to be going to a new city each month. So we're doing what's called slow traveling. Like, we're not hopping in an RV and going to a new city each day and taking on the world. Like, no. First of all, we're keeping this to the United States, the country, which there has been a little bit of miscommunication about that we'll get into, but we're sticking to the United States, at least for now, and we're going to be doing a new city each month in an Airbnb. And like, it's just so crazy.
It's going to be astronomically different than what we're used to just in our apartment here. We haven't even traveled that much the last year, so it's going to be much different than what our day-to-day looks like now.
And so Zach thinks that I roped him into this.
Well, I mean, she certainly did. Like, I probably would have never, like, said, let's just travel month to month, but in a good way. Like, it's something, like, as I get older and, like, turned 30 recently, I wish I would have done more traveling, or like moved to a city, let's just say right after college, like, so like go move to, who knows, Chicago, Denver, but wherever you'd want to say, and then like come back here because like I've got family here and friends and everything else. But I never did that. So I mean, this is definitely something that is exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be stressful moving places month to month, so I think there's pros and cons, but not many people get to do something like this, and it's kind of in that sweet spot for us, since quote unquote you're not working a 9 to 5, let's say that, because you are working and I can work remote. We don't have kids. We've got still a dual income, and we have the ability to try to do this. So
yeah, I mean, like, because I was thinking about it, because guys, ready? When I told my dad, because this has been in the works for months. Like, do you remember I came back from my Christmas break? I obviously, as a reporter, did not get Christmas or any of the holidays off, because that's just how it is in the news industry. And I came home in January because I, got off a few weeks later, and I just like told Zach this idea. I was like, what if we just travel the country, but like not in a I don't have interest in doing the crazy RV and just like the fast-paced life, like slow travel, just because like I just feel like there's so much of the country I haven't seen. I grew up on Long Island, New York, then I went to college upstate New York, and then I moved to Ohio. I've like not experienced so much of the country, and people always talk about like, oh, traveling the world, and like, oh, but there's so much right here in the United States that is awesome, but I just haven't seen. And so that's where the idea first came. And then like, there's the more we talked about it, I just feel like it's one of those things where like you talk, but then finally it was just like, okay, no, let's do this.
Also, we couldn't do it because you're working, so like we couldn't just do it. So we had to obviously wait for your contract to be up, which it just happened. So I mean, that decision had been made for a while, so we knew the dates and kind of the timeline being the summer. So it was just trying to strategically figure out how long do we stay here, how long do we extend our lease. We have 2 weddings in Cincinnati this summer, and different stuff, so we were just trying to figure out when would make sense, and then obviously what cities to try to go to.
I know, and that's another part of this. we are traveling, possibly trying to find our permanent location because we don't have that much experience with the US. And like Zach and I always talk about wanting to find a place that just adds more value in terms of the weather. Cincinnati, it's amazing in the summer and the spring, but for most of the year, it's just, you can't do anything. And Zach and I, we love being active. Like we do so much when it's nice out.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a lot of outside in Cincinnati most of the year, but when it's like November through March, that's like the time frame you can't really do much. So it's still like it's a big enough chunk where Cincinnati winters are pretty miserable. I mean, anyone that lives here, there's nothing really to enjoy about it. So probably can find a better place if we're that, or we can try to get rich and have two places.
That's Zach's dream.
Help us get rich.
I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Someone
but...
send us some money or something.
Okay, the one thing is, it's so funny how this announcement all happened. Like, Zach accidentally made the announcement early about me leaving my job on Instagram. So a lot of you found out through that. And then not only that, Sheila, who is the anchor, the morning anchor at my station, posted saying something along the lines of like, oh, like, good luck traveling the world, something like that. But we're not traveling the world. I think she just meant like, in like,
it's just a saying.
It's a saying, like not in the literal sense, just like seeing the world, like that, like, you know, just seeing all the world has to offer. So as we speak, like in real time, I'm getting flooded with Instagram DMs of people saying like, oh my God, you're traveling the world, you're traveling the world, you're traveling the world. And I'm like, oh man, like I'm actually not. So it's so funny. There's just been like so much confusion and just like a lot going on with this announcement. But yeah, I mean, like we have a lot we still need to do, like putting our stuff in storage. A lot of people ask, like in real life, are you keeping your apartment? No, we're getting rid of the apartment and just putting things in storage. My goal is to get rid of a lot of things. I hate stuff. Like I just don't, I'm not ever going to be a minimalist, but I want to live more of a minimalist lifestyle. A lot of people are asking like, aren't you going to like miss like having like all like your outfits and how are you going to like, you know, this and that. But like I wear the same 5 things every week. I really do. Like I just go for the same 5 things in my wardrobe. We're going to be driving everywhere. So like I'm going to pack like at least 2 huge suitcases, at least.
Well, I mean, I don't think clothes is going to be a problem. I mean, we're going to bring like, we don't own that much clothes. I mean, some stuff is going to stay in storage. We're moving into places that are, what's it called? Furnished.
I still have to figure out what to do with my car. I'm thinking of possibly driving it to New York just because putting it in storage is just such a waste of money. Like putting a full car in storage when my parents could just keep it in their driveway or something. So I still need to figure out that. Like there's a lot of moving parts. And like every time I tell someone this, they're like, oh my gosh, you're like, that's awesome. But I'm like, it is. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that's stressing me out, like a lot. But this is like the time in our lives to do it before kids. And I was just thinking about this because, okay, when I told my dad we were doing this, I was on the phone with him, I was going for a walk, and I was like, you know, like, I think we're gonna do this. This was months ago, by the way. I think we're gonna do this. Like, I'll do it while I'm young. And you know what he said to me? He goes, well, you're really not that young. Like, thanks, Dad. Like, okay, neither are you. But the problem is, like, they always say youth is wasted on the young. I mean, like, I would not have been in a financial place to do this 3 years ago even, at all. Like, I would not have had the money saved. Big thing I want to add, we are not dipping into our savings for this. Like, we'll always be making more than we spend. Like, this isn't like us just taking a vacation and traveling. I am going to be doing YouTube. I do get money on YouTube. And then Zach has his job where he works remote. So I'm going to be doing the whole YouTube thing and just documenting our experience. And like, it's just going to be crazy. And here's the thing, like, let's say we hate it. Cool. We come back to Cincinnati. Or we don't like the travel thing and we're like, whoa, we love this city. And we just fall in love with the city and we want to move there. And actually, you think we're going to move to a new city more than I do from this.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point why she's dragging me into this thing, so we can find a warm city. I mean, this is... There's more to, there's levels to this thing, so.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
But no, I would be shocked if we permanently come back to Cincinnati right when we're done with this. Could we come back to Cincinnati, let's say once we're married, if we have kids and we're, let's say 5 years from now, settling down more? Sure, I could see that, but I certainly do not predict us being back in Cincinnati after we travel.
That's so crazy because for me, I'm like, oh, I picture us just coming right back to Cincinnati and being like, okay, we're safe. So like we just, the bottom line is we just don't know, but we're keeping an open mind and just like seeing, we're just seeing. And we should add, like, I feel like I have enough faith in our relationship being strong enough to do this because this is going to be like crazy. Like, it's just not normal.
And I've said this to other people. I don't know how much we've talked about this, but I certainly think this will be harder for me than you. Because I have my group of friends here. I have my family. Like, you're used to being far from your family. Like, my family's 45 minutes away. I go bike with my dad consistently, or I've never been more than 50 minutes away from my family, which is a healthy distance. No offense, mom or dad, but like, it's just good, but because we can do whatever, we can see them and do different things. And I mean, since I graduated from Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati. Yeah, I mean, a ton of my friends are still here. So if I want to play basketball, I know who to call. Tennis, I know who to call. Video games, I know. So I think it's going to be way more of an adjustment for me day to day than you.
Oh gosh, I'm scared for you.
Yeah, I am too. Stuck with just Clancy.
Well, you guys don't...
Talking to a camera. I'm going to go insane.
Zach! Come on, you're excited.
No, I'm very... I mean, I don't think we're releasing where we're going in this part of it, but like, we're going to go see some places that I've been to for the most part early on, but places that are just nice. Like, there's stuff to do. It's different than the day-to-day here. I like new restaurants more than Clancy does, but
no, I like new restaurants as long as I can get like a sandwich and fries.
But like, I just enjoy it more. Like,
just don't get me at a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, so like, I'll be excited to try new food, and obviously we'll be meeting different people through different ways, whether it's my work. I have offices in different cities that we'll be visiting, so if I meet those people and we want to go out with them or whatever it might be.
Meet up with some of you guys if any of you guys are in the cities.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I like a lot is like new experiences, which I think a lot of people do. It's not a rare thing, but I think this will bring us a lot of those, which will be fun.
Yeah, it's just like, when else are we gonna do it? Like, it's just, I don't know. And like, that's what, like, I just quit my job. Like, I did like the craziest thing, and it's like, why the heck not? Because I don't know, when we're older, like, we'll look back on that time we decided to travel. And so the plan is we're starting in August, new city each month, and then up until Christmas time is when I have it planned out. We're gonna go visit both of our families for like the holidays, and then we'll kind of just evaluate. But our plan after that is to like get right back on the road and head more to, I'm not saying it's a surprise. Like, I want the cities to be a surprise. Like, when each one pops up, it'll be like really exciting. And that's why, comment down below, where do you think we're going first? It's August. It's within a 6-hour radius of Cincinnati, because we have to come back to Dayton area, in the middle of Cincinnati and Dayton, for a wedding. So it had to be like somewhat in this area. So let us know, where do you think we're going first? I'm so excited about this city! Hint, this is the only city on the list that we've both been to before. And I love this city. I'm obsessed with this city. So comment down below. Overall, what are you most nervous about? Like, is there anything that you're...
I think it's what I've already said. It's going to be a lot different for me. My Monday through Friday won't be astronomically different. Like, sure, around here, I just go work out by myself a lot, or occasionally go play pickleball and different things. So, like, it'll be mostly the weekends that will be different, but I think we'll be so busy doing stuff.
And my goal is for our friends to visit us. Like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the goal. It's just how often that, like, I mean, it's people's schedules. They've got to like line up with what we're trying to do or where we're going to be. So sure, I think monthly, I would bet we maybe have like one person, like one couple or one person, like, come see us in each city, which is, I think, enough, because I don't think we're going to want to entertain people every single weekend in these cities. So we have like date nights to ourselves and different things, but
you'll still want to like go on date nights with me and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that'll be my only option.
Die! You're making so bad.
No, we'll go on so many dates. It'll be crazy. So many dates. So many chicken sandwiches.
No, I'm really excited, and I am excited to like document it here on YouTube. I can't tell you what it's gonna look like. I can't tell you like what the vlogs are gonna look like. I don't know. I just know I'm gonna be uploading twice a week, Wednesday and Saturday, and I'm just excited to try something new. If you know anything about me, you know this is the opposite of me. I'm like a type A, homebody, like just like go by the books type person. So the fact that suddenly I'm like, hey, I'm going to a new city each month, it's like, this is just not who I am.
No, and I mean, yeah, it's obviously, I've lived in Dayton, Cincinnati my whole life, so it's not really who I am. So it's going to be a big adjustment, but yeah, I mean, there's no other time we would be able to do this. And I think the point that you made earlier is something I didn't really think about, because I think a lot of people try to travel when they're too young, and don't have decent jobs and don't have a lot of money, and then it's like it's that old person mindset of all these kids are going broke, which is kind of true half the time, where you almost travel irresponsibly. Clancy's a better saver than even I am, and I think I'm a pretty good saver, so and we're both working, so I mean it's something where this is going to double our expenses monthly for sure, but it's something that
Maybe
for
even
the short
triple.
for the short term isn't something that's like putting us under or like anything.
No, like we live so under our means right now. It's not even funny. And by the way, oh my gosh, this sounds like I'm trying to like brag. It's not that I'm like I'm a millionaire. It's just that I really don't spend a lot of money. I just don't.
No, I mean and people I think on here know that because you say it a lot, but like there are probably people that exist that think they're saving like a ton and spend a lot. So, but like, no, I mean, you certainly are. On the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most extreme frugal, like you're like a 9 right now. I mean, we're about to ramp it down because we're going to spend more money, but no, I mean, you do a really good job at not spending money on excessive things, or like, I think people like buy branded stuff or purses or what, like you don't do any of that, which is, I think, a unique thing compared to most.
We have taken the measures to make sure like we don't go broke from this. At the end of the day, we're not going to be saving as much, but instead of money, we'll get experiences. And like we have only gone on like one crazy trip, just the two of us together. That was to Jamaica. Like we've gone to like, I don't know, like maybe like other like US, like we went to like New York City, but like Jamaica, like that was the only like crazy, like just one-on-one trip with us. And I feel like we refer to Jamaica like once a week. Like we refer, like that gave us so many memories and it was so worth it.
No, I mean, this will be nice just because I think we both like to save and we haven't just had a chance to do a lot of traveling. Guess we're playing catch up.
So we're probably going to make the big announcement of our first city in, I don't know, like, I really don't know, maybe a couple of weeks. I don't know. Stick around, stay tuned to see where we're going to be going, because I also want recommendations from you guys if you have them, or if you live in the city, let me know. But overall, we are excited. A little bit nervous, I'd say. I think that's normal. A little nervous, but mostly excited. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for this new era, like this new chapter of our lives. And that's pretty much it. Oh.
Up thumb.
Bye.
For me.